Heart fans, welcome to 2024-2025 Heart Women's Wrestling Media Day. I'm your host, Tony Hager with IU Russell. Next up, we are excited to talk with head coach of Missouri Valley College Vikings, Kevin Corbett and student athlete Kalani Corbett. Both welcome to the Wrestling Media Day. We're excited to talk wrestling. It's the first whistles around the corner.
Thanks for having us.
Coach, how is preseason going? What's the vibe like in the wrestling room right now?
Man, preseason's going awesome. We brought in a big group of girls. So we have a lot of young girls on the team, freshmen, but they're buying in quick. They're ready to work. They're getting after it. They're kind of putting putting it together when it comes to technique, things like that. They're just a tough group, and we're really excited to work with them and actually get to see them compete here soon. So.
And coach, it's not very often we have sisters on, that you get to coach, right? I'm not
Yeah.
sure if this is something that, maybe growing up in high school that you were able to be alongside, but why don't you introduce her and just that opportunity to be able to coach?
Yeah, no, it's been awesome coaching Kaylani. It's her last year of eligibility. She stuck around a little longer for me. We last year we decided to redshirt her just so we had more time to build a team around her again after we made that move from Lyon College to here. So I was blessed enough for her to agree to do that. And, she wants to do things as a team as well, not just individually. We've kind of got to do a lot of the individual stuff together. She's won Fargo a couple times. She was on a world team, cadet world team. She won a college national championship at Lyon. We won a team conference championship together at Lyon. We've done a lot of things. But the one thing that was looming was like that team title or just a team trophy in general. And I wanted that little bit of extra time to recruit around her and build around her. And along with a couple of my other former wrestlers like Ashley Wetzel and stuff. And I think we got a really good group of girls in this year. And we're kind of, the underdog, the dark horse that people might not expect, especially with the low finish that we had last year, things like that with us redshirting them. But we also have Serenity coming back. So we're really excited. And it's been really special being able to coach my sister for the last 5 years now, with the COVID shirt and all that stuff. I wish I could keep her longer and stuff like that, but I think she's getting ready to do some physical therapy stuff. She wants to become a physical therapist and athletic trainer, probably work in professional sports. But yeah, it's a special thing, and I know that it's something that I'm going to miss in the long run. But yeah, I'm excited to get after it this last year. So,
Has it been tough having your brother as the coach? We hear like dad being the coach or the mom being the coach, and I've been doing this for over 10 years now, and not very often do I get to hear a brother sister combo of being a coach and an athlete. So has that been tough to manage that, or do you see him as a coach versus a brother?
It was kind of weird when we first started. When I was coming out of high school, there was definitely he moved out pretty early. When I was younger, I think he was out when I was by like the time I was 11 ish. So it was definitely weird having him have authority over me. But we kind of learned throughout the first couple seasons that we don't have to not blur the line, like to make a line, and like just as much as he's my coach in the room, he's also my brother, and outside of it, he's my brother outside of the room, but he's also my coach outside of the room. So we kind of he's both my coach and my brother at the same time.
Yeah. And you're the number one ranked wrestler going into the season at 207. Um, hear him talking about just building the team around you. So you're focused on individual. I heard you're focused on the team too. What kind of feeling do you have going into this season that might be different than past seasons?
Yeah, I'm really excited. The youth or the younger girls on the team, I can see the drive that they have, especially like it's very like well seen in the room this year. And I really do think that we can do big things. And everybody's kind of just like focused on their own self of like working hard and making sure they're having a good practice, that it's building the team up and creating a good positive energy in the room.
And you guys being from Hawaii, is how is the recruiting pipeline coming from up there? And it doesn't Hawaii doesn't get talked a lot about as far as being a state that has successful wrestling. But that we know that there's great wrestlers from up there. So how are you kind of trying to bridge that gap of being a pipeline for younger males and females coming this way?
Yeah, I mean, you know, in the recruiting process, like, I'm a little biased towards Hawaii kids, and I really want them to feel like they have a home here as well. Just because I shared an experience that they have, and I understand what it's like to move away from home, be pretty far. Uh, we only have a couple right now, but every time I go back home for Christmas, stuff like that, we recruit hard. I encourage the kids just to get off island and to join a college wrestling program that fits them, right? Just because they're from Hawaii doesn't mean that we're going to be a good fit for them. Philosophy, all that stuff, it's a little bit different sometimes. But at the end of the day, like, I encourage those kids to go find that good fit for them, whether it's us or another school, and make sure that they, kind of face the adversity and push through. We have a few Hawaii girls on our radar right now. And then anytime I go back and I get to see the guys too, I encourage them to check out our school, but also kind of how just the recruiting process goes. So I'm just an advocate for the Hawaii athletes in general to kind of understand that college recruiting process, and that it's not D1 or bust, and that you have multiple options, and you can get recruited and wrestle in college if you really want to, and you put your name out there. So again, it's an advocate for them just wrestling in college in general, and then finding the ones that fit our program, and we fit them as well. So.
Not a cheap recruiting visit, probably. So for you as
Well,
for
it's
college.
actually it's actually one of the cheaper ones, because then I don't have to pay for food or hotel. I just go and stay at my parents' house and have my mom cook for me all the time.
There you
So
go. So coach, talk to us a little bit about some of the other women that are on the team that the Heart should be on the lookout for, and then nationally, towards the postseason.
yeah, we have a lot of good girls from top to bottom. At 103, we have national finalist transfer that had taken kind of a gap year, Raija McDougal. She wrestled Lexi Miller in the JUCO finals a couple years ago. She did really well. Super athletic, has a lot of raw talent. So we're really excited to build her up and teach her a little bit more. Also at 103, we got Raquel Garcia. Uh, she's kind of one of those sleepers. Not a lot of people know about her too much. She took a red shirt last year as a freshman. We're really excited to get her down to weight and have her kind of go out there and shock a lot of people. At 10, we have Haley Holland returning. She's made the blood round before, both in the NAI tournament and U20s. She made the U20 50 kilo blood round. And I think that year, that weight probably was the toughest between both tournaments, U20s, U23s. So I was really happy to see her do well there. Another young lady, Sarah Pineda, at 110, who's really tough. She was an NHSCA national finalist. So we're super excited to have her. She's got a lot of flow and raw talent. So it complements, her partners around her style. They give each other different looks and stuff like that. And then at 24, we have a really tough freshman, Isla, from Utah. She's another one of those sleepers. She's one of the hardest working girls in the room. You watch her work and you question like how she can't be successful, right? Just one of those athletes when you're looking at her work and the questions that she asks and the way she pays attention when you're teaching her things, you kind of just wonder yourself, like, how is this girl not going to be successful, right? At 131, we have All-American Ashley Wetzel. She's been doing a lot of the senior level stuff, doing well. She's placed at the U.S. Open, different things like that. Multiple time U23 All-American. She was an All-American for the NAIs. Redshirted her last year as well. It'll be her last year, so we're excited for her. She's got wins. She's got wins over Maya Davis, and Maya's a really, really tough wrestler. So we know that Ashley can contend for a national title. It's just about putting it all together. 38, we have 38 and 45. We have a good group, and it's really going to see where they fall. A lot of them are we're kind of figuring out what's going to be the best weight for them. Between like a group of 4 of them right now. You got Brenya Crahan, who is a 3-time Missouri State champ. She also was a Fargo All-American, 2-time Fargo All-American, I believe. And then you got Aniseta Acosta. So she hasn't All-American yet, but she's one of those kids who you look at and you're like, how have you not been an All-American yet? She can wrestle with the best of them. It's just about her putting it together on Fridays and Saturdays, right? Sevi Amua, who took 4th at Fargo. She was a 3-time Missouri State champ. She was the female athlete of the year for Missouri. She's really good. She's going to turn some heads. Serenity De La Garza, returning All-American. She's a true freshman All-American. She's really tough. And then at 60, we have Elise Falsetti, who is an absolute unit of a human. She is, probably broader than me, got bigger lats than me. Her hands are about the same size as mine. She's really tough. At 60, we also have Autumn Perez, who is a JUCO national champ. She's beaten top placing All-Americans in both the NAI and the NCAA. So when she comes back off her red shirt, she's gonna turn some heads. And then at 60, also we have Maria Slaughter, who's probably the most athletic young lady that I've ever coached. We have a video of her doing a backflip over my assistant coach while she was kind of standing up. So she's got some ups when it comes to being athletic, stuff like that. 180. We have Zoe Smalley, who is a JUCO national champ as well. She's going to do well for us. She's tough. And then at 207, we have Kaylani. Obviously, I don't want her to overlook any of the competition. It seems like she's favored to win, but we've seen that before where we have to stay on top of it, right? But I think from top to bottom, we're really tough. People are going to be surprised with some of the young ladies that, either redshirted for us or they haven't seen yet. We're really good at developing our athletes. Sometimes we find these young ladies that work really, really hard and nobody really knows who they are coming out of high school. And then all of a sudden they surprise me, right? And you're like, well, where the heck did this girl come from? How's she in the top 10? I didn't see her on my, recruiting radar or anything like that. And the national rankings coming out of high school. Haley Holland's probably a good example of that, where she's been in the top 10 multiple times. And, she was never even a state qualifier in high school in California. Right. So we're really good at developing our athletes here. And like I said, top to bottom, I think we're going to be really tough and we're going to surprise some people. And, there's even some young ladies that I may have not named that have a good chance at being in that starting lineup too as well. So
yeah, I didn't mean to put you on the spot and just name all. Had to name all of them.
I'm sorry. I'm so excited about them that I just had to go through it.
No, I'm impressed that you got all their names and their accolades and stuff, and great information. So to both of you, we wish you the best of luck. Thank you for joining us here on the Heart Media Day, and we'll definitely be tuned into the Vikings.
Thank you.